Introduction: The Path of Intuitive Awareness. Ajahn Sumedho, a revered Buddhist monk, guides us toward inner peace in his book. This book invites us to explore mindfulness and intuition. It shows us a path to a deeper understanding of ourselves. This summary explores the core teachings of each chapter. We will uncover practical insights for daily life. The journey of intuitive awareness begins with understanding our true nature. This exploration helps us navigate life's complexities with more grace. We learn to embrace the present moment with open hearts, offers a roadmap to cultivate inner peace and wisdom. This summary will inspire you to integrate mindfulness into your everyday life. You will discover the transformative power of intuitive awareness. Beyond the analytical mind, embracing intuition. Chapter 1 invites us to move beyond the analytical mind. We can access a deeper understanding through intuitive awareness. The analytical mind excels at problem-solving and critical thinking. However, it can limit our perception of reality. Intuitive awareness allows us to access a deeper level of knowing. We can connect with our inner wisdom. This shift from analysis to intuition is essential for spiritual growth. We move beyond the confines of our thoughts. We open ourselves to a wider perspective. By cultivating stillness and observation, we can tap into our intuitive abilities. This allows us to experience the world with greater clarity and depth. The illusion of self unveiling true nature. Chapter 2 delves into the concept of self-identity as an illusion. We often cling to a fixed sense of self. This creates suffering and limits our true potential. Ajahn Sumedho encourages us to question our deeply held beliefs about who we are. Through mindfulness, we can observe the impermanent nature of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations. By recognizing the impermanence of self, we can find liberation from suffering. We begin to see ourselves as part of a larger, interconnected web of life. This understanding allows us to cultivate compassion for ourselves and others. We realize that we are not defined by our thoughts or emotions. We are something more profound. Transforming emotions, a mindful approach. Chapter 3 explores the transformative power of mindfulness in dealing with emotions. We often react to difficult emotions with aversion or suppression. Ajahn Sumedho teaches us to meet our emotions with acceptance and curiosity. Mindfulness helps us observe our emotions without judgment. By acknowledging and accepting our emotions, we create space for healing and transformation. We become less reactive and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. Mindfulness allows us to observe the impermanent nature of emotions. We learn that we are not our emotions, and they do not define us. Section 5, The Nature of Suffering, Understanding Dukkha. Chapter 4 introduces the Buddhist teaching of dukkha, often translated as suffering. Dukkha encompasses the inherent unsatisfactoriness of life. Ajahn Sumedho explains that suffering arises from our attachment to impermanent things. We cling to desires, aversions, and the illusion of a permanent self. This attachment creates a cycle of suffering. We experience pain when our desires are not met or when we face unpleasant situations. By understanding the nature of dukkha, we can begin to free ourselves from this cycle of suffering. We learn to find peace and contentment in the present moment. Section 6. Finding Stillness, Listening to the Inner Sound. Chapter 5 introduces the meditative practice of listening to the inner sound. This practice involves focusing our attention on the subtle sound that is always present. By listening to this inner sound, we can quiet the mind and cultivate deep inner stillness. This stillness allows us to connect with our intuitive awareness. The inner sound serves as an anchor for our meditation. It helps us to stay present and to let go of distracting thoughts. Through consistent practice, we can develop a deep sense of peace and tranquility. This inner peace can then permeate all aspects of our lives. Section 7. The Power of Now, Embracing the Present Moment. Chapter 6 emphasizes the importance of living in the present moment. It highlights how being present can transform our lives in profound ways. Our minds often wander into the past or future, dwelling on regrets or anxieties about what is to come. This creates anxiety and prevents us from fully experiencing life. We miss out on the beauty and joy that each moment holds. Ajahn Sumedho reminds us that the present moment is all we truly have. The past is gone, and the future is yet to come. By bringing our attention to the here and now, we can find peace and joy in the midst of life's uncertainties. This practice helps us to ground ourselves. Mindfulness practices such as paying attention to our breath or bodily sensations can help us to anchor ourselves in the present. These simple acts can be profoundly transformative. By cultivating present moment awareness, we begin to appreciate the richness and beauty of life as it unfolds. Every moment becomes a gift. Each moment becomes an opportunity for growth, learning, and connection. We start to see the world with fresh eyes. We can approach life with a sense of curiosity and wonder. This mindset allows us to live more fully and deeply, embracing the present moment with open hearts. Section 8. Detachment and letting go, freeing ourselves from ego. Chapter 7 encourages detachment from personal stories and ego-driven reactions. It emphasizes the importance of recognizing how our ego shapes our perceptions and interactions. We often create narratives about ourselves and our experiences. These stories can become deeply ingrained, influencing our thoughts and behaviors. These narratives can limit our perception and create suffering. They can trap us in cycles of negative thinking and emotional turmoil. Ajahn Sumedho invites us to observe these stories with compassion and non-judgment. By doing so, we can begin to see them for what they are, just stories. By detaching from our stories, we can free ourselves from the grip of the ego. This detachment is not about denial but about seeing clearly. This detachment allows us to experience life with greater clarity and freedom. We become more open to the present moment and less burdened by past and future concerns. We no longer feel the need to defend our self-image or to control outcomes. This newfound freedom brings a sense of peace and ease. We can approach challenges with greater equanimity and resilience. Life's ups and downs become opportunities for growth rather than sources of stress. Detachment does not mean suppressing our emotions or experiences. It means allowing them to arise and pass without clinging or aversion. It means observing them with a sense of spaciousness and acceptance. In this way, we cultivate a deeper understanding and compassion for ourselves and others. Section 9. Cultivating Simplicity. Finding Clarity in Simplicity. Chapter 8 delves into the Buddhist concept of vijnana, often translated as consciousness. Ajahn Sumedho explains that consciousness is not limited to the individual mind. It is a vast, interconnected field of awareness. By cultivating mindfulness, we can tap into this field of consciousness. We develop a deeper understanding of our interconnectedness with all beings. This understanding fosters compassion, empathy, and a sense of belonging. We recognize that we are not separate, isolated individuals. We are part of something much greater than ourselves. This realization can be incredibly liberating and empowering. It allows us to approach life with a sense of purpose and meaning. Section 10. Conclusion. Integrating mindfulness and intuition in daily life. Ajahn Sumedho's teachings offer profound insights into the nature of mind, emotions, and the path to inner peace. His wisdom guides us to a deeper understanding of ourselves. The book encourages us to cultivate mindfulness and intuition in our daily lives. It emphasizes the importance of being present in each moment. By paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment, we can begin to understand the workings of our minds. This awareness is the first step towards inner transformation. This understanding allows us to make wiser choices and to live more fulfilling lives. It helps us navigate the complexities of our emotions and reactions. The practices outlined in Ajahn Sumedho's teachings are not limited to meditation retreats or spiritual seekers. They are practical tools for everyday life. They are accessible to anyone who desires greater peace, clarity, and meaning in their lives. Whether you are at work, at home, or in nature, these practices can be integrated seamlessly. By integrating these practices into our daily routines, we can transform our relationship with ourselves, others, and the world around us. This transformation leads to a more harmonious and balanced life. We begin to experience life with greater presence, joy, and compassion. This shift in perspective allows us to appreciate the beauty in every moment and to connect more deeply with those around us.